Hi everyone. Come on in, say hello. Come on in, say hello. Um, what's going on, people? Any teacher, she died and he shall not feel it. Ouch, ouch, ouch. So, y'all, we are live, Miss Athena. I saw your email. I haven't read it, but I know you sent me an email, so I'm going to give it to you tomorrow. It was a long day. Hello, Miss Illinois Sanctuary. How are you? Hi, everyone. Hi, TikTok. Hi, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. What's going on, people? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Okay, come on in. It's immigration time. Let's talk immigration. How's everyone? How is Wizard in the Sanctuary? Can I just say, girl, I really do appreciate you being on because I know you should be sleeping by now. That's all I'm saying. So you are just I don't know what I have done to deserve you for real, but I appreciate you more than you would ever know. And you know that's truly from my heart. So, and my love and my kisses to my little girl. Welcome on board. She's gonna come for you. Now, Miss Ben, let me tell you something. Because I went to see my mama, right? I went to see my mom real quick. It was good to see my mother. And I got to see my nephews and my nephews and my niece. Yeah. And I got to see I haven't seen my brother. I think my brother and I have salt and pepper. So it's all good. But Mr. Ben, I'm going to call you out because now don't come for me. So because she's doing great. I'm sure she's gonna be joining soon because she already said like, sure to know enjoying you on your drill. Like, okay, hey, live moderator, like well, let's see you. But anyway, um, so my sister, I was asking my sisters like, um, where can I get meat pie? Because Leak Finger has spoiled me rotten, and Miss Linda Sanctuary sent me meat pie. It's surprise, it was just awesome. So I told them like I need to get meat pie, right? So Mr. Bena, we went to a restaurant that is a Ghanaian restaurant. I'm gonna call you out so much. Ghanaian restaurant, right? And it's supposed to be Nigerian African meat pie. Let's just say that my plans to freeze the meat pie and put it in my checked luggage and bring it back home did not go as planned because I didn't bring it back home because that was in meat pie. So please do not try to copy or if you just don't know how to do Nigerian meat pie, please don't say it is Nigerian. It was not. Let's sleeping dogs lie, like my daddy will say. But anyway, I called you out and listen. All you Ghanaians don't come for me. Just leave me the hell alone. I just said what I said. Don't like it. I mean, I said what I said. I mean, the dough was as thick as my head. And I'm like, and then the meat in there was like, what she was, I think she was like, let's just call it meat pie, like a dash of meat, like. And then my mom was like, "You're not taking. I ain't taking that all the way home. Nope, no, ma'am, not doing it." Because I almost cracked my teeth. I was like, "I said, where's Lick Finger? She needs to come teach this woman how to make meat pie." Just saying. Okay, I know you love me, girl. Don't be mad at me, but I just had to say it. I couldn't wait to say it. Well, hi, everybody. This is Attorney Abisola Adebola Olale. I'm an immigration attorney based in Alabama, representing immigration clients in all 50 states. If you've got an immigration case, if it's a case that my firm handles, we can and do represent immigration clients in all states. So, yeah, I rush my words. And, y'all, I've lived in the South for too long, and I have a southern Nigerian accent. So, deal with it. Miss Illinois Sanctuary can help you figure out everything else I said. I'm telling you, Lick Finger, I'm telling you, she has to do online training. That lady has no business making meat pie. Just call it stone pie. I'm so sorry. Listen, I'm all for promoting people's business, but please, it's just like, hello, Miss Gill. It's just like me What is the one thing I don't know how to do that I have to be minding drinking water and minding my business? Um, Let me see. I'm trying to think of something that I don't really care. Thank you in a second. It's it's just like me. Because okay, it's just like me being a personal trainer. Like I'm not very religious in working out. That's just the truth. My schedule is really crazy, but I am also one who I take care of myself. But I'm not telling you you're gonna find an agenda now. So I can be a personal trainer. I'm not one to teach you how to lose weight. No, it's not gonna work because I love my food. That's just me. But and so imagine me being a personal trainer and teaching someone how to lose weight and eat right and all that when I have no business doing that. So that's all I'm saying. If you've got no business doing something, just leave it alone. You know, she ain't got no business doing calling. And the funny thing is, people were buying it. It's like, okay, Mr. Bennett is like, okay, help me understand. Is Ghanaian meat pie like thick, like stone, like real, like thick? But okay, I'm just gonna leave you alone. Anyway, welcome aboard, everybody. If you need to contact our office, the number is 334-341-4475. You can also visit our website at @llawfirm.com. Send an email, contact us, or send an email to info@llawfirm.com. Same number on WhatsApp. Please share, like, subscribe, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Same username at @Immigration, and you're going to see this Salt and Pepper Head Carol. Anyway, so let's talk immigration. Tonight, I want to talk to you guys about, and you already know the drill. Questions are, thank you, Lena Sanctuary. Questions are at the end of the topic. So let's talk about Schedule A jobs. Schedule A jobs. I know I talk a lot about family-based immigration, but I equally do employment-based immigration. I want to say it's a 50-50 thing, really. And talking about 50-50, I just remembered someone I'm supposed to send a contract to. Where's my pen? Yep. Y'all already say if you want to get me a gift, you cannot go wrong with Post-it notes because they're everywhere. I run through Post-it notes like water. So, and yes, an attorney representing immigration clients in all 50 states. For consultation, people always say, hey, how do we consult with you? To schedule a consultation, you can call my office, 334-341-4475. Send a text to the same number or on WhatsApp or in social media. Lydia takes care of all of that, will get you the information you need. Or you can go on the website, lawfirm.com, and it's pretty straightforward. The link is right there on the banner. You will be able to schedule your consultation yourself without having to talk to him, because I'm one that doesn't care. Listen, my job requires me to talk, but in my non-work life, I'd rather not. And so I'd rather deal with things online than talk. But anyway, Schedule A jobs. So Schedule A jobs, what is that? Who's eligible? How do you apply? And what are the requirements? So you mainly three main ways of getting a green card, permanent residency in the United States. Either family sponsored, employment sponsored, or through humanitarian grounds like asylum, T visa, U visa, all that good stuff. Employment sponsored petitions are also a way where you can get your green card. And so basically what that entails is either you file your petition for yourself as a self-petitioner. So you can do that under the EB1 or EB2 category, or you have a U.S. employer who files on your behalf, and they can do that under the EB2, EB3 category, or EB4. And that allows you to be eligible to get a green card. Now, hear me loud and clear. What your employer files for you is a petition. It's the I-140 petition. It's the equivalent of, and hi, everyone in TikTok. Okay, hold on. Before I lose my, hold on 1 second, people. It's telling me that my battery for my computer is about to go. So let me. TJ, T, come help me get something. No, hold on, one people. Can you carefully don't because no, you can't come. No, TJ, no. This is going to turn off. I don't want it to turn off real quick. TJ, get me my charger. I can't find it. Don't hit anything now. Where's the charger for my computer? No, right here. That goes in here. It should be there somewhere. I think I'm holding it. Look for that. Where is the? Oh. Okay, give it to me. Is that it? TJ, that's my son. Can you tell he's back home? TJ, say hi and go.
What's up?
Oh, TJ, he had a basketball game tonight, and tell me again how the score is. Mm-hmm. How do you tally the scores again?
Inside the 3-point line is 2 points.
Okay, and you did that 3 times something. Okay, it was something along.
So I got 6 points.
Okay, something. Yeah. What he said. I don't know, but it's the funny thing is I love to watch him play basketball. He plays basketball and soccer, and okay, bye. You gotta love the kid. Oh Lord Jesus, let's go. Welcome back. You can tell he's back home. You can tell he's back home. But anyway, so Schedule A jobs are mainly filed by so let me see. I just want to pull that up right here. Okay. So you have people with extraordinary ability who are able to also file Schedule A jobs. But I'm going to focus mainly on nurses because a lot of my clients, a lot of immigrants come into the United States are working primarily in the medical field. So what is a Schedule A job? Schedule A job basically, you got to love the kid. A Schedule A job basically is, so generally, if you're filing an EB2, EB3, and a U.S. employer is petitioning for you, generally you would have to go through the PERM certification process. What does that entail? PERM certification process entails you, the employer running advertisements for the position, running the recruitment process, filing a prevailing wage determination, and then filing the PERM application to get certified by the Department of Labor. That can take, especially post-COVID, it can take anywhere from 10 months up to 2 years. That's the reality of what we're seeing. However, and the whole point of going through PERM certification is so that the foreigner is not going to displace an American-born employee who can also satisfy the requirements or readily be available to fill the position. And so, for instance, if an employer puts an ad out for a position, they're required to conduct a recruitment process. If American-born citizens or green card holders actually apply for the job, they're required to conduct recruitment process. And if you find someone who is a citizen or green card holder who is also as qualified as the employee you want to file for, then they have to hire the person. That's the whole point of the PERM process, so that you do not displace an American citizen or green card holder from the job. So, Schedule A jobs, however, thank you, Ms. Ernest. Schedule A jobs, however, allows an employer, so specifically let's talk about nurses. So as a nurse, you come into the country and you're wondering, what can I do? How can I get a job? Where can I work? Or who can I, am I eligible to have sponsorship by a U.S. employer? The short answer is yes. So Schedule A jobs are jobs where it's already been pre-approved by the Department of Labor, where the Department of Labor has said that we actually have pre-certified these positions, these jobs, these occupations as occupations where we have a shortage of employees in the United States. And based on that, we're going to exempt you from going through the rigorous and long process of filing with the PERM application and going through all that and getting it certified. We're going to allow you, the U.S. employer, who's employing a registered nurse, to bypass this process and rather than deal with the Department of Labor, you're going to file directly with USCIS. So the U.S. employer, seasoned nurse, they want to employ, you're qualified for the position. Rather than go through the permanent certification process, the law allows that employer to file the I-140 petition for immigrant worker with USCIS and file an uncertified labor certification application together at the same time. So the U.S. employer deals with USCIS, bypasses the whole process that can take another 2 years with Department of Labor, because that position as a registered nurse has already been pre-certified by the Department of Labor as an occupation where there is there's a shortage and there's high demand for nurses. So that is one area where a lot of people who are nurses can actually come in. That the Schedule A occupation comprises of nurses, registered nurses, physical therapists, as well as people with exceptional ability. I am just concentrating more on nurses specifically because I have more of nurses in my practice who are immigrants looking for jobs. And sometimes people ask me, hey, Sister Lai, agency to no, I don't. But that is the process that you have to go through. So the U.S. employer offers you the job. You are a registered nurse. You've done your board exam. You have your license. They send the I-140 to USCIS along with the uncertified perm application. USCIS deals with everything because it is a position that has already been pre-certified by the DOL. Now, please understand that the petition itself is all that. That's what it is. Petition. It is not the equivalent of the green card. That's where a lot of people get it wrong. And then people get to the point where you're enticed by these agencies, and nothing wrong with working agencies, but a lot of people don't tell you what you are signing on to. You're enticed by the agency saying, hey, yeah, we can get you a job. We can get your U.S. employer who's going to file for you and get you a green card. The issue is if you are someone who is not in valid status at the time that you are eligible to apply for your green card, then the petition, which is a standalone petition, that is all it is, just a petition. You will have to leave the country to be able to apply for an immigrant visa at the embassy. Very, 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 very important. So I'll give you an example. You've been in the United States for, let's see, you come to the country since 2015, you came on a visitor visa, and you are, somehow you go to school, or maybe you change your status or F1 visa, you're able to go to school, you complete your RN degree, you do your NCLEX exam, you pass, you get a license. Someone says, hey, we can offer you a job to work as an RN and all that good stuff, right? However, you've been out of status because your I-94 is expired. But they fail to let you know that the employer filing for you is just filing a petition. It does not cover you if you are, because it's one thing to have a petition filed. It's another thing to be admissible as a legal permanent resident. So most people get caught up in the file the petition. If your priority date is current, to file a work authorization and green card application at the same time, tell you, hey, yes, go ahead. You start working and you feel good. But then USCIS sends your request for evidence saying, yes, you submitted an I-485. Can you send us proof that at the time you filed your I-485, you were in valid non-immigrant status? That's the problem a lot of people run into. So in this example, because this person has been out of status, they will not be able to get a green card in the country, even though the petition has been approved. So your petition can be approved all day long, every day. The question is, are you eligible to adjust your status? Meaning, are you eligible to apply for your green card without having to leave? For employment purposes, unlike when someone marries a citizen and you become an immediate relative, there's no reason for you don't have to wait for a visa number to become available, and you are exempt from unlawful presence. It doesn't work the same way with employment petition. For employment petitions, you must be in valid non-immigrant status at the time you apply for your green card. if you're not in valid non-immigrant status at the time you apply for your green card, then you must not have exceeded 180 days or more being out of your non-immigrant status in order for you to still remain eligible to file your green card without having to leave the country. If you do not meet any of those two criteria, then you will not be eligible to file your green card in the country. Now, say for instance, you come into the country within the time frame of your I-94, you file for asylum, right? And while your asylum is pending an interview, you have an employer who petitions on your behalf, files the I-140, it gets approved. You look on the visa bulletin, because that's another thing. You have to make sure your priority date is current in order for you to either apply under the EB2 or EB3 category. Right now for July visa bulletin, it's not. It's regressed some. Okay, so you file for asylum, you get a U.S. employer who files a petition for you, it's approved, and then your asylum is still pending, but you're not in valid status. Asylum pending is not a status, it's just pending. But at the time you file your asylum application, you are still in valid non-immigrant B1, B2 status. If you have an I-140 that has now been approved that you are the beneficiary of, you filed your asylum before your non-immigrant status expired, and the priority date for your I-140 petition has now become current, then even though you cannot apply to adjust your status in the country because you're no longer in any valid status, you will be able to leave the country to apply for your immigrant visa at the embassy without needing a waiver of unlawful presence, because you never accrued unlawful presence to start with. I'll probably confuse everybody, but it's just different scenarios. So long story short, there is the option of being a nurse or a physical therapist or a person with exceptional ability. For tonight's purposes, I'm specific talking about nurses. If you're at least a registered nurse, you have your license to practice, you have an employee who is willing to sponsor you, that occupation has been pre-certified by the Department of Labor as an occupation where there is a shortage and there's a need for those for nurses. So you do not have to go through labor certification. If you qualify for that, make sure you also understand, especially if you're going through an agency, that not only is the employer required to file the I-140 for you, you must also be eligible to you must also be admissible when you file your I-485, which is your green card application, and you're not in a circumstance where you are not in an invalid status and requires you to leave the country to be able to apply for your immigrant visa. And that's all she wrote. Okay, that's all she wrote. All right, people, let us take questions. Y'all, these are the questions. Hold on one second. I'm trying to get my glasses and make sure it's clean, because y'all know I need all the help I can to see. Okay. I'm starting TikTok today because I hardly started TikTok. Okay. Let's see. Then I'll just go around like that. I love your hair. Thank you, Madam Bay. I probably murdered your name, but sorry. Can you explain what I really need with my wife to get my green card to bring in? Can you explain what I really need with my wife to get my green card to bring in? I have no idea what you're asking. So if you want to rephrase your question, how long does it take to get work permit after VAL biometrics? Nemanga, if you want to go back to my video on Thursday, I think that's what I talked about. So it's really well explained in that video. So that would help you out. With a non-moving violation, failure to post car registration affect adjustment by married to citizen. Disclaimer, general information. This is not a response to questions about your case or anything specific to your case. This is just general information. If you need anything specific to your case, then you will be required to schedule a paid consultation. So having said that, generally, Non-moving violations should not have an effect on your marriage case. Now, if you've got other issues, criminal court in your state, whatever the case may be, then that's different. But generally, that should not have an impact. Listen, y'all. Um, let's just say that if we all had to go to jail for traffic tickets, I'm doing better. I have not received one this year. Knock on wood. That's a miracle. So if that was the thing, then yeah, listen, because I don't speed, but I move fast, and yeah, that's a difference. So that's it. Um, what South State? Is it a problem if you made an address mistake on marriage certificate? You can go back to your probate court, probate office, or whatever office deals with that in your state to have an amended marriage certificate. How much time does it take to get asylum interview at USCIS? Forever. If your advance parole says produce 18 days, like how soon will you get it? If your advance parole says produce 18 days, I don't know. I don't know what you're asking me. How soon after a vow approval can you remarry and petition for someone else outside the United States? So, once you, and congratulations, Shay, got your green card through a vow case. Understand this: the fact that you get a green card through vow does not mean you're not also subject to the 5-year rule. The 5-year rule says that generally, if you get your green card through marriage to somebody else, and that's how you got your green card, that would include a vow petition process. Then you cannot petition for someone else through marriage to get their green card unless you can show that the marriage by which you got your green card was a good faith marriage. So basically, you're going to be reproving your case all over again, in addition to proving good faith in your current marriage. That requirement, however, ends once you become a citizen. So in a VA case, if you were married to a citizen, and whether or not you're still married to the person, you become eligible for citizenship after 3 years once you become a green card holder. So that would seem to answer your case, depending on how you go, what status your abuser was, either a green card holder or a citizen. But that statutory period is there unless you're able to prove. So basically, unless you're willing to prove that your case, your marriage by which you got the green card, which is a VA case, was real one more time, in addition to proving the case for which you're going to be filed for someone. If you're not willing to do that, then you're going to wait for 5 years or until you become a citizen. Can I receive my citizenship from a man who are married for 34 years and is filing for his citizenship? Once he becomes a citizen, he can file for you in return. My vow is taking forever, waiting since 2023. I think that's wrong because we're in 2023, so you couldn't be waiting for long. Because if you've had 2 prima facies, then I think that's it. So, what's your question on it? How long after RFE response does USCIS usually review response? That's not a question I can answer. Can you please talk about National Immigration Waiver Program? What is National Immigration Waiver Program? Or do you mean National Interest Waiver? User 3393. Will me and my husband marriage get better? Drama of the past. Okay. Hmm. Can a student who has a master's degree and is studying nursing file for EB2 national interest waiver by itself? Generally, you can. I would say have your credentials evaluated. You would need to prove that you have advanced degree, which you have a master's, and show your proposed endeavor. So either using an advanced degree or show that you are a person of exceptional ability, and you have to meet 3 of those requirements in addition to the prongs of the matter of the NASA case. So I would say talk to your lawyer and see and have your case evaluated. My I-730 was denied, and this is missing since 2 months. What can I do? If you have a lawyer, contact your lawyer. If you do not, contact USCIS and ask them to send you another notice. How can a Nigerian file to teach math here in the U.S.? What visa does he have to file? If you qualify for a national interest waiver, just like I just talked about, that's something you can look into, or you can look for employers who are willing to petition for you, either through universities or private schools, through work visas like H-1B. The list goes on, but that's not, those are just options that you may explore. Any questions about processing time, y'all? Y'all gonna have to do your own research, because this is not about doing research for you. This is about giving general information. So anything about processing time, that's why we have uscis.gov/processing times. You can go there, put in the form number, and the service center or the field office is processing your case, and it will give you how long it's taking to process your case time. Okay, let's see. Do you have to leave the country if you're married to a green card holder? If you marry and your green card holder spouse files for you, if your priority date is current, and it filed for you before your current non-immigrant visa expires, that you generally would not have to leave the country. I'm not talking about your case. I'm just talking general information. That's general law. But to know specifically whether you need to leave or not, then you sit down with a lawyer and discuss your case. Thus, other than honorable discharge from military, disclaimer exactly, affect citizenship application even though you applied before this. It can, and I've seen that happen. Can I adopt my sister's child in Nigerian file for her? If she qualifies as an orphan, if you are a citizen, or if she qualifies under the family petition requirements, then you can, and then eventually bring her here. I put the beneficiary's name for petitioner's name signature. For I-130, please, what can I do? You may have to contact USCIS to send in an amended I-130. General information, nothing about your case. I cannot talk on your case. If someone with a felony record wants to seek asylum, how can the person go with that? Sit down with a lawyer and discuss your case. Can an employer sponsor me for a green card if I was denied a marriage based in the past? So let's talk about this. If you were denied, if your marriage-based case was denied, and your marriage-based case was denied based on USCIS concluding that there was a marriage fraud, a sham marriage, it doesn't matter how many employers file a petition for you. The petition can be improved all day long. That's the petition is fine. The main question is, can you adjust your status? Can you get your green card in the country? Let's assume you are in legal status or whatever case may be. But if USCIS has already alleged a sham marriage in a previous case, that is a permanent bar to ever getting a green card, whether it's family sponsored or employment based. Just an FYI. Can an H-1B visa holder stop working with his H-1B if he gets married to a U.S. citizen? So I would say wait till you have your work authorization filed. I'm sorry because it's amazing how USCIS act with work authorization. So we got about 10 today. Great news for our clients. But when y'all want to tell you that God's got some, he does his favor in different ways. I've got a case that has been still pending since November. Then there we are, where I have the Miss J's case. We just literally filed her case May 11, right? May 11, literally filed her case May 11. Didn't even get an update until later this evening. Got to the office, and my sister was like, "You're not gonna believe it. Like, what happened?" Because we dramatic like that in the office, and she was like, Miss J's EAD was approved. And like, no, that can't be because we just filed a case like 3 weeks ago. And she goes, exactly the point. And she was like, yeah, look, and filed on July 11th, C9 category work permit. Filed on on May 11th. USCIS approves it on June 5th. 20 days after. Right? 20. Was it May? It was 20 days. Whatever the equivalent of 20 days is. I have to look in. Where is it? Actually, I think I have it here. Is it here? Yes, it is. Oh, yeah. There we go. Yeah, I was right. Receipt date May 11, 2023. This is a C9 category work permit. And notice date June 5th, 2023. And then I still have some cases still pending. But then again, who are we to question the way God decides to show his favor? And it was like, when I called you, I was like, I'm telling you, Ms. Avina, I was like, I mean, I was like, okay, like, like, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah, but listen, so we can go on and on about pressing times and all that, but at the end of the day, if God says yours is going to be an extraordinary case, hey, that's what it's going to be. Okay, let me wrap this. Ooh, okay. Let's see. If you're married to a woman with green card, can she file for the same answer as one I just gave earlier on? Can you travel with a travel document if your VA is pending? As long as you have a valid I-130 that's been approved, you should be fine. Generally, not about your case. Don't say as a Celeste's opinion. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that that's general information, but I don't know anything about your case. I'm a green card holder. Can I apply for my son? Depends on if your son is married, unmarried, what age your son is. Can you book tourist visa interview in a different country other than yours to be wait time? You can try. We can't question God. You better believe that. What is a C9 category? C9 category work permit is the category of work permit that is attached to, that is based on a pending I-45. So if you have a green card application pending, then based on that, you're able to apply for a C9 work permit by filing the I-765. All right, so let me go to Miss Creasy. Miss Creasy Wallace got let me read her message. She goes, good evening, Miss Creasy. We had already exchanged our messages earlier today, but Miss Creasy got her green card approved and without an interview. I'm telling y'all, this month of June is a month of favor. She got her green card approved without an interview, and celebrate with me, guys. Green card. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I pray God comes through speedily for you all in Jesus' name. Amen. So everyone is saying congratulations, Miss Creasy. Y'all, I'm telling you, I never get old. It never gets old celebrating people's victory and all that. It's just amazing just to always celebrate. And I pray that would always have a reason to celebrate one another. Okay. Hello, Mr. Prince. How are you? Hello, Mr. Luciano. How are you doing? Yeah, that's how was you know TJ's back if he doesn't show himself? Okay. Please explain the first preference EB1 immigration rule process. You can schedule a consultation and we can discuss your case over that. I'm a parent of a U.S. citizen above 21 years. Must I physically stay with my child to petition child parent green card for me? I'm also in the U.S. No, you're not required to be physically residing with that child, but you have to establish a parent-child relationship. Okay. How long is the vaccine work permit based on pending I-45 taken? USA has a gov for at present times. Thank you. It's always a pleasure to see you as well. Thank you so much, Isla, for all you do. I've silently followed and referred people to you. Thank you. Listening to you gives me confidence and hope. God be praised. God be praised. Listen, sometimes I draw from y'all's strength too. I'm telling you. Because my U.S. citizen wife has just filed an I-130 for my two kids while my I-45 are pending. Please, is there a visa category we can apply for while I-130 is pending? Though I'm waiting a decision to after submitting my medical RFP in November 2022. There is no visa category specifically for, well, so there's a K visa where you can come wait out the I-130. It doesn't make any sense to file that, really, to be honest. But even if you do, then there is also the intent whether or not they will come back, even though that visa is for you to come here and wait that out. But then the U.S. Embassy can decide, no, we don't believe you're going to come back. You're probably just going to go ahead and adjust status in the U.S. and they have a right to do that. But if you've been waiting all this while, just keep waiting and just be done with it. Amen. Yes. Okay. Let me go here. What time is it? I gotta get up soon. I didn't come from Ghanaian people. I just talked about a meat pie of a specific person. That's all. We're live on time. It's been a ha ha ha. we're not she was gonna come back. And in the sanctuary, I tried to be here or not. I really tried. But some things happen. We're not on time. Whatever. Okay. Hello. My mom is doing very well. So y'all, I did not. So let me tell you, I actually did not tell my mom I was coming over. I was going to Massachusetts over the weekend. I didn't tell her I was coming because first of all, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make the trip because I had court up until evening of Thursday. So I was like, you know what, that ain't gonna happen. But you know, when I got, I'm like, you know what, yeah, I can make this happen. So she didn't know it was coming. She when I got there Friday, she was like, she literally froze. It's like, gotcha. Although my sister-in-law knows because that's my partner in crime. But she's doing good. It was good to just see family. See. Thank you, Miss Endless Sanctuary. Yes, if you're calling from outside United States, you have to include a +1 when you call the office number, or you just text us on WhatsApp. We don't take calls on WhatsApp. It's purely text. So, because it's not going to happen. This is free consultation. I don't do free consultation anywhere else. Oh, and it's actually your answer question is in back before. Yeah. Yeah, there he goes. He loves basketball. I never really cared for basketball until my son started playing basketball. And it's like, oh, okay. Now I try not to miss any game. It's just call me crazy. I just enjoy. I don't understand how they score, but yeah. Now, if you're talking about the game that I understand, football. I'm not talking about American football. I'm talking the real football that Americans call now took and named their own kind of game. I'm talking of what they call soccer. Yeah, but international football. Now we're talking because that's what I understand. What are the likely questions for marriage green card interviews? So, good question. If you go on my Instagram page, it is in the bio section. I actually have, these are only sample questions. Please do not say that as it's learning questions about being interview. No, 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 no. These are all purely sample questions. Go on our Instagram page or on Facebook. I think there's a post there, but the fastest way would probably be to go on Instagram page at Olaleye Immigration. In the bio section, there is a link that is that once you click on that link, it will give you access to 100 questions. These are not just questions I just pulled out of somewhere. No, these are questions that over the 10 years of doing this work, these are questions that I have jotted down because I have a question book that I always stick with me. I've jotted down that my clients have been asked during their green card based, their marriage based green card interview. So once again, it's on Instagram. I just put that together. In the bio section, there's a link to the website, but there's another link that is specifically for green card, marriage-based green card questions. In a way for you to prepare for your green card interview. So click on that. This is the same thing I give my paying clients. I just decided, you know what, let me just put it out there. If it helps anyone, all well and good. So, all right, Miss Williams, no worries. Looking forward to seeing you on Thursday as well. Talking of Thursday, I just remembered I have to reschedule my time because I think how to. So the 100 questions, go through that. So Lucy Lynn, if you go on our Instagram page, the bio section, click on it. It has two links. There's a link for the website, but the second link is the link to 100 questions. So if y'all want that, you have access to that on our Instagram page. You don't have to subscribe to anything. Just click it. It's free to everybody. Thank you. And the sanctuary just said everything I said. Now check the website. Yes, there is a link to those questions on our website as well. So if you go to the resources tab on my website, you would have a link to those questions as well. Okay, let's see. That's all she wrote. I call this my U.S. citizen wife, father, and I. Okay, that's the same person on TikTok. If after 34 months you don't receive any your petition, what can you do? You can contact them, write them a letter if you have a lawyer in your case. The lawyer can email them. The fact that you contact them, because I have pending cases where it's outside normal person time. They keep telling us they're conducting regular background checks. Then you may be time for you to think about ombudsman inquiry, congressional assistance request, and if all else fails, filing a lawsuit against USCIS. I no longer do that, but those are options you would have. Okay, I think that just answered that question. How long does it take to get a green card after filing? That's another question I can answer. Hey, Miss Shahini, how are you? Okay. How long does it take to get a prima facie? A prima facie can take anywhere from 2 months to 6 months after you file your vow case. Should a friend be worried? If they found out for giving her, if you're the friend, yeah, and you're the friend, we understand. Giving her child the last name of her ex-husband, she had a baby for someone irresponsible for getting married to a U.S. citizen. She needs to sit down with a lawyer and discuss her case, or you need to sit down with a lawyer and discuss your case. Okay, let's see. Yep, talk about favor when God's favor speaks on your behalf. Miss Chrissy, everybody says congratulations to you. Let's see. Congratulations to Miss Chrissy. Hey, my mama's here. Hey, mama. My mom is on. Is there any update on the dignity bill? Dignity bill, please understand, people. It's not even made it to the floor of the Senate or House of Reps to even for them to vote or anything. It's just a proposed bill. Don't raise your hopes. That's just, as much as I hope against hope, but we get this question: do I qualify? There's nothing to qualify for yet because it's only a proposed bill. It has not even become a bill where a passed bill where the Congress passes and then the president signs that into law. So right now, there's nothing to qualify for under that. Can you transfer your pending I-45 to a VAR case if you fear your abusive spouse is no longer willing to proceed with your application after USCI has requested an RFE? Generally, you can, but I would say it's for you to consult with a lawyer on your case. If your spouse is refusing to go to an interview with you, what can you do? Sit down with a lawyer to discuss what your options are. Margaret, what is your question? Hello, Epic Movement. How are you? You got to text me. Email me. And I'm going to email you back and give you something so that because I need to get information from, I need to know what's going on and if you're settled in and all that. Okay. Hey, Miss Juliet, how are you? Hello, Miss Juliet. Good evening. How are you doing? I know somebody who knows somebody. I can love these people. Okay, people. All right. Miss Chrissy says thanks, everybody. But thank you all for joining. I appreciate you guys keeping me company. So if this is the first time you're joining us, I are good to know. I usually go live. We talk about immigration Tuesdays and Thursdays. The goal is always to be like, y'all, I am not a tardy person. Because you can't, if a judge is going to be in court for 9, you got to be in court for 9. Okay, talking about judges, just remember something else. See, that's why you can't go wrong with Post-it note. And then I have to do this. Okay. So I'm in court on time. I one of my pet peeves is waiting for people, but there's just something. Thank you, Mrs. Ben. We're going to talk about that info because I glanced through, but I'm not sure. I think I know what you emailed, but I would look through it and email you back. But there's just what was I talking about? Yeah, there's just something about now. The last Thursday I made it to 9:00, and that's the goal. But y'all just it's like okay. Anyway, we'll work on that. We'll work on being on time at 9:00. But listen, Miss Chrissy's story is yet again another reminder that it's everyone's. Thank you, Miss Edna Sanctuary. Looking forward to seeing you very, very soon. Everyone's story is going to end in praise. We may take detours. We may have different, we're going to run different races. We're going to get to different destinations at different timing. Bible says to everything there is a season. There is a season for everyone's blessing. Our blessings come at different times. I have learned, and that's how I was raised, and I thank God for that. But I'm teaching my boys the same thing. I don't look at somebody else's life to run my race. I don't, because we did not come to this world together. Where we don't have the same destiny or destination. We don't have the same race. Your blessings are not mine. My blessings are not yours. That much I'm very clear on. And as long as we keep remembering that, reminding ourselves of that, I think it becomes easier to keep going. Yeah, you're welcome anytime. To keep going and keep trusting and focusing and setting my eyes only on God, knowing that it is He who's going to bring the blessings about. But all fingers are not the same. Yes, we are all going to get to where we need to get to, but we cannot get there on somebody else's timeline. It doesn't work that way. So having said that and fully understanding that and coming into the full awareness that because God has not, hello, Mr. Jid, because God has not forgotten about you, it's going to happen for you. Just like Miss Creasy, just like Mr. A, who's what I call American green card holder now. It's going to happen for you. Just hold on, just hold on, be patient and hold it, and just wait for God. And when He shows up, and when He shows up for you, it's from the other side, He will show up for you in a big way. And I appreciate you guys each and every time. Once again, if we can help you with your immigration case, please contact our office 334-341-4475. And I'll see you